Hey everybody, it's Justin here, aka Demonic Sweaters. Today I've got a video about the Yamaha DTX Pro module. I'm going to give you guys a couple of tips and tricks that I think are helpful. I've got my DTX 6KX behind me, but this will apply to basically any Yamaha drum kit that is using the DTX Pro module, because there's just a couple of things that I didn't know in the beginning that I think would be helpful if I showed you here. I'll probably do more of these once I find some more things that I think are helpful. But for now, this is just going to be a quick little video. Anyway, if you find this kind of content helpful, be sure to click like and subscribe. Click the bell icon so you get notified every time I upload new content. I've got lots of stuff about electronic drums here, as well as drum lessons and tutorials and drum playthroughs and all kinds of stuff. Anyway, here we go. Okay, number one, the first thing I want to talk about is the headphone jack, or the placement of the headphone jack. I don't really like where this is, mainly because if you plug in headphones here, and it dangles down to the ground, it is very easy to step on, which I did a couple of times, and I was really scared that I broke the jack here on the module, because I stepped on it so hard once that it actually bent this whole thing down. It moved the bracket that it had on it, and I was amazed that it actually held up. But I was like, I need to do something about that. So I highly recommend using like a right angle cable like I have here. And if you notice here, I have that going over here, and it's actually wrapped around this part on my rack right here, and that's going into my headphones. These One Audio headphones have the ability to change the cable, so that actually is very helpful. But if you don't have that, you could use a similar method, but I highly recommend not letting it dangle down by your hi-hat foot, because that is very dangerous in my opinion. I don't like the placement of that headphone jack. If Yamaha sees this, that is something that I think should be improved. I think it should be on the back or on the side or somewhere other than dangling it right by your foot. Same with the aux input, which is right here. But I did a similar technique there. I have the cable going over to the back, and then I have it basically wrapped up in the Velcro straps. And that's going all the way over here to my mixer. And my mixer is actually a couple of things are going into there. I have a microphone. This is for doing lessons. And then I also have my Avatar PD705 percussion pad, which is going into that mixer. And everything's going over here into the aux input. And that brings me to my next tip here. And what that is how you can use the settings inside of the module to basically route audio in different ways. So let's go in here, go to menu. I'm going to go up to, where is it? I believe it's in utility. Press enter. And then if we go down to input output right here, you can see we have a few different menus. We have aux in, USB audio in, and aux in gain. First, I want to talk about the USB audio in. And this is actually something that's really useful to know about, because if you're trying to record your DTX Pro, using USB to your computer, you want to make sure you go in and change these settings. You'll notice here my USB is only going to headphones. It's not going to the left and right outputs, and it's not going back to USB, because what can happen and what the default setting is these are all on. And basically what that does is when you are recording and you're running audio from your computer into the USB and you're recording the drums, it will record whatever audio is coming from the computer into your DAW at the same time if you have this USB latch on right here. Now this could be useful if you want to basically run a laptop into your DTX on a live situation and route it through the left and right outputs. That's very useful. There may be some situation where you want to go into the USB as well. But for right now, I just have it so I can hear my computer in the headphones, but it does not record the headphone sound into the USB, because this is the USB basically input going into the computer right here. And this is the output you hear. Even though it says input mode, it's talking about input into the module. So that's what that is. So if you're trying to record and you're getting your previous tracks recorded on your drum track, this is why. You're going to want to go in here and turn off this USB latch right here. Let's go out of here. And then into the aux input, we go up here, This one also has several latches that you can turn on and off. So you have input mode. This is the aux input, and you'll see that I have all of these on because I do want it to go to the USB. And even though I'm not using my left and right output, but if I were in like a live situation and I wanted to route everything that was plugged into the aux input to the PA, I would have this on right here. And then it's also going to my headphones. So these are two very useful features to basically route audio in and out of your DTX Pro module. Okay, let's go out of here. And then aux input gain. Now this one is a little strange because I keep it at plus 10 dB. And to me, that seems to be kind of like the best spot. If I turn that down to 0, I feel like I can overload it more easily, which is a little odd. Like, to me, that doesn't make a lot of sense. It seems like it would be overloading easier at plus 12 dB. But what happens is if that's down to 0, the aux input volume isn't quite as loud, and then I have to turn up my mixer more, and then it seems to distort. So I have better results with the plus 12 dB for my aux input. And of course, you can also change your audio input with this audio knob right here. And this does affect the aux input as well as the USB input. So it's kind of a two-part knob there. And then another useful feature here is the output gain. If we press that, we could go in here and see our output levels for the left and right output as well as the headphones. I have mine boosted at 6 dB. And then your USB output. You can change that if you're having too low of a signal to your DAW or too hot of a signal. You can change that USB audio output, and that will fix that. But mine's just fine at 0, so I haven't had an issue with that. Now, another thing, you can use Roland cymbals with these drums in the DTX Pro module. They work just fine. I'm using a Roland CY, what is this? I forget what is the model number, CY8 or something like that. But it works just fine. You can even use both zones, even though I do have mine set to a single zone right now because it's just a little easier. Like if you want to use 2 zones on the Roland cymbals, you would have to go into each patch and basically remap the sound, because what happens is the bow zone plays like the edge zone, and then the edge zone plays like the bow zone. So you can fix it. It's very easy to do, especially if you're creating your own custom kits. It's not a big deal, but if you want to use the internal kits and not have to mess with anything, I just leave it as a single zone, and it doesn't bother me because it's just a crash. It still chokes too, so that's no issue. I have my 3-zone ride, and the other crash that it came with was a single zone anyways, so it's not like a big deal breaker for me. If I just wanted to spend a little more time, I could easily make this dual zone and it would work just fine. But I have all these zones over here as well, so it doesn't really bother me. Anyway, that's all for this one, everybody. Don't forget to click like and subscribe. Click the bell icon too, so you get notified every time I upload new content. It's getting harder to get these videos out to people because of the way YouTube algorithm changed. So make sure you click that bell icon. And if you have any questions or comments, anything you want to know about the DTX series, go ahead and leave a comment down below and I'll do my best to answer. So anyway, have a great day. Later.